everyone, welcome to Biosecrets. Today we will discuss important MCQs of biology, class 11th chapter Neural Control and Coordination. Start from question number 1. Which part of the human brain is responsible for maintaining posture and balance? Cerebellum is the part of the brain that helps in balance, coordination and movement. It makes sure your movements are smooth and precise. Okay, so option C is correct for question number 1. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movements, maintains posture and ensures balance. It receives sensory information and fine-tunes motor activity. Question number 2. The functional and structural unit of nervous system is. Answer is option B. Neuron is the functional and structural unit of nervous system. Neurons are the fundamental units of the nervous system that transmit electrical and chemical signals throughout the body. Question number 3. Which ion is responsible for depolarization of a neuron during an action potential? So, during an action potential, voltage-gated sodium channels open, allowing sodium ions to rush into the neuron. This increases the membrane potential, making the inside of the cell more positive, leading to depolarization. So, option B is correct for question number 3, that is sodium ion. During depolarization, sodium channels open, allowing sodium ions to enter the neuron, making the inside of the membrane more positive. Question number 4. The part of the brain that regulates body temperature, hunger and thirst is. So, the hypothalamus controls body temperature, hunger and thirst. It also manages hormones by regulating the pituitary gland, keeping the body's function balanced and stable. So, option B is correct for question number 4, that is hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is responsible for homeostasis, regulating body temperature, hunger, thirst and hormonal control through the pituitary gland. Question number 5. The gap between two neurons is called. Answer is option number C. Synapse is the gap between two neurons. A synapse is the junction between two neurons where neurotransmitters help in transmitting impulses from one neuron to another. Question number 6. A person loses the ability to detect orders after a head injury. एक पर्सन के हेड इंजरी हो गई है जिसकी वजह से उसकी सूंघने की क्षमता खत्म हो गई है. ठीक है. Which cranial nerve is damaged here? So कौन सी cranial nerve यहाँ पर डैमेज हुई है? Answer is option A. Olfactory nerve, cranial nerve 1. The olfactory nerve is responsible for smell. It carries scent signals from the nose to the brain, helping you detect and recognize different odors. It plays a key role in the sense of smell and flavor perception. The olfactory nerve carries smell information. Damage can cause anosmia, means loss of smell. Question number 7. The part of the autonomic nervous system that prepares the body for fight or flight response is. Answer is option B. Sympathetic nervous system is the part of the autonomous nervous system that prepares the body for fight or flight responses. The sympathetic nervous system triggers the body's fight or flight responses, increasing heart rate, dilating pupils, and redirecting blood flow to muscles. Question number 8. A person accidentally touches a hot object and withdraws the hand immediately before feeling pain. This response is due to. एक पर्सन ने एक्सीडेंटली अपना हाथ हॉट ऑब्जेक्ट से टच किया, फिर इमीडिएटली उसने अपना हाथ हटा लिया बिफोर फीलिंग पेन. ओके, सो दिस रिस्पॉन्स इज ड्यू टू. ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट हियर, रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन. बिकॉज रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन इज अ क्विक ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्स टू अ स्टिमुलस विदाउट थिंकिंग. It helps protect the body and happens through the spinal cord, not the brain. Reflex actions are involuntary and fast responses controlled by the spinal cord, allowing immediate withdrawal before pain is consciously perceived. Question number 9. The fovea of the human eye contains. Answer is option B. Only cone cells. Fovea centralis is a small but important part of the retina responsible for sharp vision, and it is located at the center of the retina. Where only cone cells are present, it lacks rod cells, so it does not function well in low light. देखिए, फोविया सेंट्रालिस एक छोटा सा बट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है हमारी आई का, रेटिना के सेंटर में प्रेजेंट होता है. फोविया सेंट्रालिस में ओनली कोन सेल्स प्रेजेंट होती हैं, रॉड सेल्स एब्सेंट होती हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई फोविया सेंट्रालिस नॉट फंक्शन वेल इन लो लाइट. So it helps in detect colors. It provides sharpest and clearest vision. The fovea centralis is the region of highest visual acuity, containing only cones responsible for sharp color vision. Question number 10. What is the function of rods in the human eye? Answer is option C. Vision in dim light is the function of rods in the human eye. So rods are photoreceptor cells in the retina that help in vision under low light conditions but do not detect colors. Question number 11. The resting membrane potential of a neuron is primarily maintained by. Answer is option C. Sodium-potassium pump. Sodium-potassium pump is a mechanism in cells that helps maintain the balance of sodium and potassium ions inside and outside the cell. It works by pumping 3 sodium ions out of the cell and pumping 2 potassium ions into the cell. This process requires energy and helps keep the cell's environment stable, which is important for functions like nerve signals and muscle contractions. It also helps in maintaining the cell's resting potential. The sodium-potassium pump actively transports 3 sodium ion out and 2 potassium ion in, maintaining a negative resting potential inside the neuron. Now come to question number 12. A person met with an accident and suffered damage to the medulla oblongata. Which of the following functions is most likely to be affected? एक पर्सन का एक्सीडेंट हो गया और उसमें उसका मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा पार्ट जो है ब्रेन का वो डैमेज हो गया. अब उस पर्सन का कौन सा फंक्शन अफेक्टेड होगा? So medulla oblongata is a part of the brain stem that connects the brain to the spinal cord. It controls vital functions like breathing, heart rate and blood pressure. So option B is correct here, heartbeat regulation. The medulla oblongata controls involuntary functions like heartbeat, breathing and blood pressure. Damage can be life-threatening. Question number 13. Which neurotransmitter is primarily involved in muscle contraction? Answer is option C. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter primarily involved in muscle contraction. So, acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter released at neuromuscular junctions to stimulate muscle contractions. Question number 14. Which part of the brain is mainly affected in Alzheimer's disease? So, cerebrum is the part of the brain mainly affected in Alzheimer's disease. Now, what is Alzheimer's disease? अल्जाइमर डिजीज एक ब्रेन डिसऑर्डर है जिसकी वजह से मेमोरी लॉस हो जाती है, पेशेंट कंफ्यूज्ड रहता है और उसका बिहेवियर भी चेंज हो जाता है. ये थिंकिंग को और डेली एक्टिविटीज को भी अफेक्ट करता है और जैसे जैसे टाइम निकलता जाता है ये और ज्यादा वर्स होती जाती है. Alzheimer's disease leads to degeneration of neurons in the cerebrum, causing memory loss, confusion and cognitive decline. Question number 15. The fastest reflex action in humans is. Answer is option B. Blinking of eyes. Blinking is the fastest reflex action that protects the eyes from dust and bright light. Question number 16. The part of the eye that contains light sensitive cells is. Answer is option B. Retina. The retina has photoreceptor cells, rods and cones that detect light and color. Question number 17. The outermost layer of the human brain is called the. Answer is option B. Cerebral cortex is the outermost layer of the human brain. The cerebral cortex is the outermost layer of the brain responsible for thinking, perception and voluntary actions. Question number 18. Which of the following is a part of the central nervous system? Answer is option B. Brain and spinal cord are the part of central nervous system. The central nervous system includes the brain and spinal cord, while cranial and spinal nerves belong to the peripheral nervous system. Now come to the next question, number 19. The peripheral nervous system consists of. Answer is option B. Cranial and spinal nerves. The peripheral nervous system includes cranial nerves and spinal nerves which connect central nervous system to the body. Question number 20. The part of the eye that controls the amount of light entering is. Iris. Option B is correct for question number 20. The iris adjusts the size of the pupil to control the amount of light entering the eye. Question number 21. Which of the following is a characteristic of the autonomic nervous system? Answer is option B. Autonomic nervous system regulates involuntary functions like digestion and heart rate. The autonomic nervous system controls involuntary actions including heartbeat, digestion and respiration. जितने भी ऐसे फंक्शंस हैं जो हम अपनी इच्छा से कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते हैं, जो इनवॉलंटरी फंक्शंस हैं, उन सब का कंट्रोल किसके पास है? ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम के पास. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हार्ट बीट, डाइजेशन एंड रेस्पिरेशन, दीज ऑल फंक्शंस आर कंट्रोल्ड बाय अवर ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम. Question number 22. Which gland releases melatonin, the sleep hormone? Answer is option C. Pineal gland releases melatonin, the sleep hormone. The pineal gland produces melatonin, which regulates the sleep-wake cycle. Now come to question number 23. A researcher injects a drug that increases serotonin level in the brain. What effect might this have? एक रिसर्चर ने किसी पर्सन के ड्रग इंजेक्ट की है जिससे सेरोटोनिन का लेवल इंक्रीज हो गया है उसके ब्रेन में. अब इससे क्या इफेक्ट होगा उस पर्सन के? इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए सबसे पहले हमें सेरोटोनिन का फंक्शन पता होना चाहिए. तो सेरोटोनिन एक केमिकल होता है ब्रेन में जो हमारे मूड को, हमारी हैप्पीनेस को रेगुलेट करता है. ठीक है. इट प्लेज अ की रोल इन मेकिंग यू फील गुड एंड बैलेंस्ड. सो हियर ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट. इंप्रूव्ड मूड एंड रिड्यूस डिप्रेशन. सेरोटोनिन का लेवल जब इंक्रीज होगा तो मूड इंप्रूव हो जाएगा, हैप्पीनेस फील होगी और डिप्रेशन रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. सो सेरोटोनिन रेगुलेट्स मूड, स्लीप एंड एपेटाइट. इंक्रीजिंग इट्स लेवल इज अ कॉमन ट्रीटमेंट फॉर डिप्रेशन. किसी पेशेंट को अगर डिप्रेशन हो गया है तो डॉक्टर्स ऐसी ड्रग्स देते हैं जिससे सेरोटोनिन का लेवल इंक्रीज हो. क्वेश्चन नंबर 24. A child is diagnosed with hyperthyroidism and shows symptoms of weight loss and high heart rate. Which hormone is overproduced? So here option A is correct. Thyroxine, T4 hormone is overproduced here. एक child को hyperthyroidism diagnosed हुआ. Now what is hyperthyroidism? Hyperthyroidism is the condition when thyroid gland makes too much hormone, speeding up the body functions. It can cause weight loss, fast heartbeat, nervousness and sweating. Okay. Now it shows symptoms of weight loss and high heart rate. So which hormone is overproduced here? It is thyroxine hormone. So here option A is correct for question number 24. Hyperthyroidism results from excess thyroxine T4 leading to increased metabolism, weight loss and rapid heartbeat. Now come to question number 25. A person with a pituitary tumor has excessive thrust and frequent urination. Which hormone is likely affected? देखिए एक पर्सन को पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड में ट्यूमर हो गया है जिससे उसको बार बार बहुत ज़्यादा प्यास लग रही है और बार बार वो यूरिनेशन फील कर रहा है, जिससे उसको एक्सेसिव थ्रस्ट मीन्स प्यास भी बार बार लग रही है और फ्रीक्वेंट यूरिनेशन भी हो रहा है. सो कौन सा हार्मोन यहाँ पर अफेक्ट हुआ है? So here answer is option number C, ADH, antidiuretic hormone. What is the function of antidiuretic hormone? Antidiuretic hormone helps control the body's water balance. It signals the kidneys to retain water, preventing too much water from being lost through urine, which helps maintain proper hydration. ADH regulates water balance. Deficiency of ADH leads to diabetes insipidus. It causes excessive urination and thrust. Question number 26. A patient's blood tests show low insulin levels. So which gland is malfunctioning? Answer is option A. Pancreas gland is malfunctioning here. Because the pancreas gland produces insulin hormone. Insulin hormone helps to control blood sugar level. The pancreas secretes insulin which lowers blood sugar level. Low insulin can cause diabetes. देखिए पैनक्रियास सिक्रीट करेगी इंसुलिन. इंसुलिन क्या करेगा? ब्लड शुगर लेवल को लो कर देगा, डिक्रीज कर देगा ब्लड में शुगर लेवल. अब अगर लो शुगर लेवल हो गया तो डायबिटीज हो जाएगी. क्वेश्चन नंबर 27. विच पार्ट ऑफ द नर्वस सिस्टम कंट्रोल्स इनवॉलंटरी एक्शंस लाइक हार्ट बीट एंड ब्रीथिंग? Answer is option B. Medulla oblongata is the part of the nervous system controls involuntary actions like heartbeat and breathing. The medulla oblongata controls automatic functions like breathing, heartbeat and digestion. Question number 28. A person's pupils remain dilated even in bright light. Which part of the nervous system is malfunctioning? The pupil dilate कब होता है? जब लाइट डिम होती है. बट अगर वो ब्राइट लाइट में भी डायलेटेड है तब नर्वस सिस्टम का कौन सा पार्ट ठीक से फंक्शन नहीं कर रहा? सो ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट हियर. पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम. द पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम नॉर्मली constrict pupil in bright light. If parasympathetic nervous system damaged, pupil remain dilated. Question number 29. A person's sympathetic nervous system is overactive here. What symptoms might they experience? So when sympathetic nervous system overactive, it increased heart rate and pupil dilation. Sympathetic nervous system prepares the body for fight or flight by increasing heart rate, blood pressure and pupil size. Now come to question number 30. A drug blocks dopamine receptors in the brain. Which condition might it be used to treat? Answer is option A, schizophrenia. ड्रग ने क्या किया है? डोपामाइन रिसेप्टर्स को ब्रेन में ब्लॉक कर दिया है. तो किस कंडीशन को ट्रीट किया गया है ये? साइजोफ्रेनिया. व्हाट इज साइजोफ्रेनिया? साइजोफ्रेनिया एक सीरियस मेंटल डिसऑर्डर है जो पर्सन की थिंकिंग को, फीलिंग को, बिहेवियर को अफेक्ट करती है. जिस पर्सन को साइजोफ्रेनिया हो जाता है उसको हेल्यूसिनेशंस एक्सपीरियंस होते हैं. हेल्यूसिनेशंस मीन्स हियरिंग और सीइंग थिंग्स दैट आर नॉट रियल. So person with schizophrenia have trouble with thinking clearly or connecting with others. Schizophrenia is associated with excess dopamine activity. Dopamine blocking drugs, antipsychotics help manage symptoms. Question number 31. Why do hormones have longer lasting effects than nerve impulses? Answer is option B. Hormones circulate in the blood and act on multiple organs. हॉर्मोन्स का इफेक्ट नर्व इम्पल्सेस के कंपैरिजन में लॉन्गर लास्टिंग होता है बिकॉज हॉर्मोन्स सर्कुलेट करते हैं ब्लड में और मल्टीपल ऑर्गन्स पर एक्ट करते हैं. ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 31. हॉर्मोन्स सर्कुलेट इन द ब्लड स्ट्रीम एंड अफेक्ट डिस्टेंट ऑर्गन्स leading to longer lasting effects compared to short-lived nerve signals. Question number 32. Which neurotransmitter imbalance is associated with depression? Answer is option A. Serotonin deficiency is the neurotransmitter associated with depression. Low serotonin levels are linked to depression and mood disorders. Antidepressants increase serotonin levels. अगर सेरोटोनिन का लेवल लो हो जाएगा तो उससे डिप्रेशन हो जाएगा, मूड डिसऑर्डर्स हो जाएंगे. सो एंटी डिप्रेसेंट जो है वो क्या करते हैं? सेरोटोनिन का लेवल इंक्रीज करते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 33. हाउ डज द हाइपोथैलेमस हेल्प रेगुलेट वाटर बैलेंस इन द बॉडी? आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी. बाय स्टिमुलेटिंग द रिलीज ऑफ एडीएच एंटी ड्यूरेटिक हार्मोन. देखिए हमने पढ़ा कि हाइपोथैलेमस वाटर रेगुलेट करता है, बट कैसे करता है? By stimulating the release of ADH antidiuretic hormone. The hypothalamus signals the posterior pituitary gland to release ADH, which help the kidneys retain water. Hypothalamus signal देगा posterior pituitary gland को, फिर posterior pituitary gland ADH रिलीज करती है. ADH हेल्प करता है किडनी में वाटर को रिटेन करने में. Question number 34. What would happen if the myelin sheath around a neuron is damaged? एक्सॉन के अराउंड माइलिन शीथ प्रेजेंट होती है. अगर वो माइलिन शीथ डैमेज हो जाए तो क्या होगा? द स्पीड ऑफ नर्व इम्पल्स ट्रांसमिशन वुड डिक्रीज बिकॉज दिस माइलिन शीथ इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल टू स्पीड अप द नर्व इम्पल्स. देखिए माइलिन शीथ का फंक्शन है नर्व इम्पल्स ट्रांसमिशन को स्पीड अप करना. अगर माइलिन शीथ डैमेज हो जाएगी तो क्या होगा? स्पीड नर्व इम्पल्स ट्रांसमिशन की डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 34. द स्पीड ऑफ द नर्व इम्पल्स ट्रांसमिशन वुड डिक्रीज. द माइलिन शीथ एक्ट्स एज एन इंसुलेटर that speed up nerve impulse transmission. If damaged, as in multiple sclerosis, nerve signals slowed. माइलिन शीथ इंसुलेटर की तरह फंक्शन करती है, स्पीड अप करती है नर्व इम्पल्स ट्रांसमिशन को. अगर माइलिन शीथ डैमेज हो जाएगी तो नर्व सिग्नल स्लो डाउन हो जाएंगे. ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 35. विच ऑर्गन एक्ट्स एज बोथ एन एंडोक्राइन एंड एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड? आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी. पैनक्रियास. Because pancreas has two main functions. It produces insulin to regulate blood sugar level. And second is it makes digestive enzymes that help break down food in the small intestine. The pancreas functions are endocrine gland. It releases insulin and glucagon into the blood. As exocrine gland, it secretes digestive enzymes into the intestine. Question number 36. The hormone responsible for milk ejection during breastfeeding is? Answer is option B, oxytocin. Oxytocin released from the posterior pituitary. It stimulates uterine contractions and milk ejection. Question number 37. Which hormone is called the emergency hormone? Answer is option B. Adrenaline hormone is called the emergency hormone. Adrenaline hormone is produced by adrenal glands. It helps the body respond to stress by increasing heart rate, breathing, and energy. It prepares the body for the fight or flight response in stressful situations. So, adrenaline, or it is also called epinephrine, it is released during stress or danger and preparing the body for fight or flight. जब स्ट्रेस और डेंजर की सिचुएशन होती है तब एड्रीनल ग्लैंड एड्रीनलिन को रिलीज करती है और फिर एड्रीनलिन बॉडी को प्रिपेयर करता है फाइट और फ्लाइट के लिए. Question number 38. The hormone responsible for sleep-wake cycles is? Answer is option B. Melatonin hormone is responsible for sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin released from the pineal gland regulates the circadian rhythm sleep-wake cycle. Question number 39. Which hormone maintains calcium level in the blood? Answer is option B. Parathyroid hormone maintains calcium level in the blood. Parathyroid hormone increases blood calcium level by stimulating calcium release from bones and absorption in the intestine. देखिए पीटीएच का फंक्शन है कि किसी भी तरीके से कैल्शियम लेवल को इंक्रीज करो, चाहे बोन से ही क्यों ना लो कैल्शियम. Now come to question number 40. The gland responsible for regulating metabolism is? Answer is option C. Thyroid gland is responsible for regulating metabolism. Thyroid gland two hormones produce करती है. One is thyroxine T4, another is triiodothyronine T3 hormone. और इन टू हार्मोन से थायराइड ग्लैंड रेगुलेट करती है मेटाबॉलिज्म. क्वेश्चन नंबर 41. Which part of the brain is responsible for speech and voluntary actions? Answer is option B. Cerebrum is the part of the brain responsible for speech and voluntary actions. The cerebrum controls voluntary actions, intelligence, reasoning, learning, and speech. Question number 42. If the sodium-potassium pump is inhibited in a neuron, what will happen to the resting membrane potential? So, in this case, resting membrane potential becomes 0. The sodium-potassium pump maintains the resting potential. Resting potential is minus 70 millivolt. If inhibited, ion balance is lost and the potential approaches 0, preventing nerve impulse. The sodium-potassium pump maintains the resting potential. Resting potential is minus 70 millivolt. If inhibited, ion balance is lost and the potential approaches 0, preventing nerve impulses. Question number 43. The part of the brain that controls emotions and memory is? Answer is option number B. Limbic system. So, limbic system is the part of the brain that controls our emotions and memory. The limbic system includes hippocampus and amygdala. It is responsible for emotions, behavior, and memory processing. Question number 44. In a neuron, the impulse is transmitted from one neuron to another through? Answer is option B. Synapse. So, impulse is transmitted from one neuron to another neuron through synapse. Synapse is the junction between two neurons where neurotransmitters like acetylcholine help in impulse transmission. Question number 45. The part of the neuron that receives the signals is called? Answer is option B. Dendrites. Dendrites are the branched extensions of neurons that receive signals from other neurons. Question number 46. The protective covering around the brain and spinal cord is called? Answer is option C. Meninges is the protective covering around the brain and spinal cord. The meninges are the three protective layers, dura mater, arachnoid, and pia mater, that covers the brain and spinal cord. Innermost layer is pia mater and outermost layer is dura mater. Now come to question number 47. The covering of axons that helps in faster conduction of impulses is called? Answer is option A. Myelin sheath is the covering of axon that helps in faster conduction of impulses. The myelin sheath acts as an insulator and enables saltatory conduction, where nerve impulses jump between nodes of Ranvier. Now come to question number 48. A patient is unable to recognize faces but can identify objects. Which part of the brain is likely damaged? So इस situation में brain का कौन सा part damage हुआ है? Answer is option B, temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is specifically the fusiform gyrus. It is responsible for face recognition. Lobe damage to temporal lobe leads to prosopagnosia, face blindness. 49. Why does an injury to question number 49? Why does an injury to spinal cord often lead to paralysis? Answer is option B. Nerve impulses cannot pass beyond the site of injury. अगर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में इंजरी हो जाती है तब पैरालिसिस हो जाता है. क्यों हो जाता है? बिकॉज नर्व इम्पल्स पास नहीं हो पाती है जहां पर इंजरी होती है स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में, वहां से बिकॉज जहां पर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में इंजरी हो जाती है वहां से नर्व इम्पल्स पास नहीं हो पाती है. द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड ट्रांसमिट्स मोटर एंड सेंसरी सिग्नल्स बिटवीन द ब्रेन एंड बॉडी. इंजरी डिसरप्ट सिग्नल्स ट्रांसमिशन लीडिंग टू पैरालिसिस. देखिए स्पाइनल कॉर्ड ट्रांसमिट करती है मोटर एंड सेंसरी सिग्नल्स को. कहाँ ट्रांसमिट करती है? सो बिटवीन द ब्रेन एंड बॉडी. अगर इंजरी हो गई है स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में तो वो डिसरप्ट कर देगी सिग्नल के ट्रांसमिशन को, तो उससे पैरालिसिस हो जाता है. नाउ कम टू द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ दिस चैप्टर, क्वेश्चन नंबर 50. द रेस्टिंग मेम्ब्रेन पोटेंशियल ऑफ अ न्यूरॉन इज अप्रोक्सीमेट. आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, -70 millivolt. At rest, a neuron has a negative charge inside due to sodium-potassium pump maintaining a resting membrane potential of about -70 millivolt. Now all the 50 MCQs of this chapter completes here. In the next video, we will discuss next chapter.